Hello, movers and shakers. It's Jae Burnham with the latest episode of The Real Jae Burnham Show. I am so glad you guys come to here each and every time we have a new video. So thank you very much. It's because of you that I get to keep doing this over and over and over. I'm not making millions of dollars doing this, but it's fun to come to you every single time to give you this information. It's to help you guys build, run, and create a huge six-figure business. All right, guys, I've got some great things planned, but let's get into some of the show. Today's show is about the dumb mover's mistake that costs you monies and bad reviews. And trust me, these are mistakes that I have made. I surveyed movers and they have made. These are the stupid mistakes that we make that cost us money and it costs us bad reviews. All right, guys, so stay tuned, though. I do got some great information about what's heading up in the future. Hopefully, you guys will like it. And I would love your comments on it, so stay tuned for the end of the video. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to get into the common mistakes that we moving company owners and personnel that we make that cause us money. I mean money because we have to pay out damage claims, we have to pay out insurance claims, and all this other good stuff, fixing bad reviews and all this thing, and they cause us bad moving reviews on places like Facebook, Yelp, etc. These, my friend, are OMG stupid, dumb mistakes that if we just took a little extra time, we took a little extra care, can be easily avoided. But these little dumb mistakes is what costs us big in the end. And I'm talking, these are stupid mistakes. So learn how to avoid these dumb mistakes and you should be pretty good. I mean, it isn't a foolproof science, but if you avoid these common mistakes, you're going to be sitting pretty, okay, guys? So let's get right into them. They're not in any particular order because none of them are better or worse than any others. They're just the dumb mistakes. The first mistake is trying to move things, items, without sufficient help. This goes down to one guy thinking he's Billy Badass and trying to lift something that he just cannot competently handle by himself. And it causes himself, the house, or the item damage, right? Or this also comes into not having enough people for on the job to do the job adequately. Let's say that there's a heavy gun safe and you bring 2 people, you're going to need at least 3 or 4, right? It's trying to get things done that you guys competently cannot do by yourselves or with a small crew. Trying to do that because it ends up costing you money. You got to bring in extra guys, you got to bring in this, blah, blah, blah. It's a dumb mistake. So if you guys just went in there, knew what you had to deal with in the beginning, if you knew you had a gun safe, if you knew you had safes, and you just got the job done, then you're going to save yourself a boatload. I mean, a boatload of problems and hassle. Okay, guys? So don't try to go this alone. Don't let your guys go it alone. Don't think they're Billy Badass and can carry a refrigerator on their back. You know, maybe you can if you know how to do it. There are ways to carry refrigerators on your back where you can do it safely and competently. But for the most part, most people don't know how to do that. So don't be trying. Okay, trying to do things like that just going to cause you problems. You're going to sit there and drop. One mover was telling me how, you know, these big green eggs, these little smokers or whatever they look like a big green Humpty Dumpty egg that have like 4 wheels. He said one guy, they're apparently super heavy. I personally have never moved them in my entire life. They're a new item and I haven't been on the trucks for a while. But one guy was trying to move them. He didn't know how to move it. The wheels aren't very good. And the sucker went boom and it just busted all over to hell. I mean, that's just not moving something. I've helped people move like voting machines for our city and coming down a ramp, and the sucker got away from me and it fell down. Fortunately, I was strong enough that even though it came off the ramp, it didn't break, it didn't bust it up. But I did, feel bad. I did have to let him know that I dumped it. But anyway, do not move things that you can't do yourself. Get another person, get 2 or 3 people if you have to, but get people to help you. The second thing stupid thing that we do that it just causes damage and causes hassle is that we don't secure things down. Whether we're using straps to move something like going up and down out of a window or inside the truck, you use the wrong items. I can't believe how many times I have gone in because I was hired just to unload a ABF trailer or a trailer or something, and somebody's used twine or the cheap nylon rope. You get in there and the rope's just dangling. It's like not holding anything up because they used the wrong stuff to secure stuff to the wall. They don't hold anything, and they stretch. Twine stretches and breaks easily, and the nylon rope stretches, and people have used it, and it's just been useless, and things have fallen in between. Not only that, rope is very thin. You can't really hold up a heck of a lot. I mean, or people, they don't know how to use a ratchet strap, so when they're using a ratchet strap or one of those wraps, they don't know how to use it, and it just is a cluster F. You know what I'm talking about. They just don't securely thing. Or, you know, again, one guy was trying to move a piano, and he was using straps. Again, they didn't have enough people on the job to do anything, so it was just it was a mistake of the thing they had earlier, so they were trying to wing it, and then he was using straps. He didn't know what to do. He was only been in the job for a couple of weeks or a month or something like that. So he was using straps to try to strap it at, and the strap breaks, and the boom, and it goes down the hill. It was a horrible situation. So fortunately, he didn't get fired from that job, but because it wasn't really his fault. But that is a situation where we don't securely items into the truck or wherever we're putting the stuff. That just makes it go wickedly, wildly, horribly wrong, right? 3, sending out untrained, unqualified movers to do a job. I've been there. I've done that. I know what I'm doing. I've had jobs where I thought was easy, so I would send 2 guys that were fairly inexperienced without the benefit of somebody who didn't know what they did. And of course, it turned into a snafu the size of King Kong's huevos. So it's like, guys, you can't send out crews together without somebody who knows what they're doing, right? Preferably, you would send out 2 guys who know what to do and have 1 guy who's in training or something like that. I understand sometimes you're left with no choice, but when you're doing that, you're opening yourself up to risk. I really would suggest, if you're going to do that, that you leave those guys to the labor-only jobs or like to the 1 or 2 bedroom moves where it's just a no-brainer to get done. But you definitely do not want to send them on big moves that require any kind of thinking capacity because they haven't built up their common sense muscles when it comes to moving. So guys, do not send unqualified, untrained guys out by themselves to go do a job. That should be common sense, but it is a dumb mistake that we do all the time. I've done it. You're probably going to do it despite my consternations against it. And a lot of others have done it as well. But it leads to disaster on many occasions. You're going to get lucky only so far. You can say, well, I do it all the time. That's great, but guess what? Eventually, it's going to catch up to you, and you're going to have a cluster. All right, guys. Number 4 is misquoting the job. The size of the job, how long it's going to take of the job, etc. This is a huge one, and it comes from people being lazy from doing on-site estimates. Typically, us experienced movers can do over the phone estimate when it's for an hourly move. But typically, no matter what's going on, you want to get out there if you can. You want to go out and do all your estimates in person, right? You make it. I'm talking even your hourly jobs. You want to make sure that it's in person. I just because of the limited resources I have, I limit my quoting ability on hourly moves down to the phone, to be in full transparency. But I tell you what, any out-of-state job, any tariff job, anything, any 3-bedroom home or more, I'm going out on doing an estimate because I want to make sure that I have enough truck, I have enough personnel, I know what's going on. So if it's a full-blown house, I'm going out there. On an apartment, I have no problem quoting over the phone. But if it's a house, if it's a house, we're going out to do an on-site estimate. If it's an apartment, I will do over the phone, right? But typically this comes down to one, you don't know what you're doing when it comes to estimating. And if you don't, there are plenty of videos on on YouTube that will teach you how to estimate. Or you're just being lazy. You know what I mean? And I understand, I get it when you're just starting out. Maybe you don't have the resources to drive all over the countryside. If that's the case, then you got to start limiting the area in which you work, because doing moves that you misquote the job on is going to, it's going to mess with your guys, your crew. They're not going to like it because they're going to go out there, have two guys, they're going to need 3 or 4 for the job. They're going to get pissed off because they think the job is only going to be 5-6 hours to do the job, and now it's going to be 10 or 11 or 12. So they're pissed off. The customer's going to be pissed off because they're thinking that you screwed them on the estimate. You're going to get pissed off because everybody's pissed off at you. It's just going to be a big flipping mess. So my suggestion is, if you've got the experience, that's fine. You can do apartments over the phone. But if it's a house, you go and do the estimate yourself, or somebody who's competent, and you get an on-site quote. And you basically figure out how much cubic space you're going to use and the weight, and that you can figure out from there how you're going to go and get the job done. Okay? So, good. Hopefully we got that mattered all settled and straight. And the last one, which isn't really a goof on your crews or anything, but is more a goof on you and your sales team, is not answering the phone or calling people back when they send in a request for a moving quote or call you on the phone. I can't tell you, when I first started my moving business, I got so much work just because I picked up the phone. And I'm talking about loyal customers to 2 men in a truck. People who are loyal to 2 men in a truck. And I'm right here in their I'm right in their backyard. This is where 2 men in a truck started, right here in my hometown. Their corporate offices are just down the road from me. About 3 miles down the road, I could be at their corporate offices. I'm telling you, I got so much work just because moving companies didn't pick up the phone. They didn't go, "Hello, XYZ Moving Company, how may I help you?" I did. Even when I was on the job, I picked up the phone. When I was on the jobs, I was constantly going to the phone and checking. If I missed a call, I'd call them right back. I would take a 5-10 minute break, call them up, let them know, "Hi, I'm Jae Burnham. I'm with You Save Moving and Storage. I'm so glad that you called. Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of some. Can I call you back in about an hour? Can I call you at such and such time?" Trust me, that goes such a long way with people. I can't tell you how many times people were so frustrated with 2 Men in a Truck and some of these other moving companies because they were hoping to call them and hire them up. And they just never got back to giving them a call back. And all I did was pick up the phone. I did nothing more than that. Just picked up the phone and answered the call. And I got so much work just because of that. So, now, most of your good companies, your bigger companies, they have a dedicated person or people that will, when somebody calls in during business hours, will pick up the phone. And after that, they set themselves up with an automated system after hours. But even then, something that you could do, and it doesn't cost you a heck of a lot, is actually get a service that will pick up when the people call in, you just forward the calls over, and the automated service will then start taking your calls, and it's live people, and it's somebody on the line, and they will go and take all the information. They'll get the name, the address, phone number, the whole thing. You tell them what you want them to ask, and then they will make sure that they set up an appointment for you to call them back during the day. Okay? It goes one step further than the typical, Hi, you've reached the phones of XYZ Moving Company. We are not in right now, so we apologize. But if you leave your name and your message, we'll get back to you sometime in the near future. But you pick it up. Hi, this is XYZ Moving Company. How can we help you? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, thank you very much, madam. Unfortunately, we are no one's in the office right now. But if let me take your name, your number, your email, and somebody's going to be in contact with you tomorrow. What time is best for you? 1 or 2 p.m. Oh, well, if they could call during lunchtime. Not a problem. We'll have them call during lunchtime. All right. Is that noon or 1? Oh, I'll try 1 o'clock. Excellent. We'll have them call you at 1 p.m. sharp. Thank you very much. Is there anything else I can do for you, madam? Oh, no, we're good. Thank you very much for calling XYZ Moving Company. Click. See how that is? That is perfect. So go out there. It doesn't cost a lot of money for this service, but it gives that extra punch in your service. But all else fails, the ultimate thing is just pick up the phone. When somebody sends in an email looking for an email quote, somebody should be on the ball and calling that customer right away. Another good tool here in our new America, our new internet age, is called live chat. Live chat. It's like text messaging. It's interesting. You could set it up through Facebook. Believe it or not, Facebook actually allows the Messenger app to be put onto your website, and you could use the Facebook Messenger app, right? What you do is you set that up through the chat service on your website or your Facebook page or wherever you want them to go. And when they want to contact you after hours, they can chat with you, and you can get the thing right then and there. So you just, if it's you or a good salesperson, no matter the time of day, they can get that chat message and chat with them. Even if it's hey, look, I'd love to talk with you right now, but I'm at dinner. Can I call you back in an hour? Can I talk to you first thing tomorrow morning? Is 8 a.m. okay? 7 a.m. And then they can call back. But I'm just telling you, chat is so powerful, and we could do it right now. Or you could Facebook Messenger allows face-to-face, so you could, even if you're like right over the phone. It's very interesting. New technology makes us so accessible. Be accessible, right? I'm telling you, just be accessible. All right, guys, these are the common mistakes that I notice all movers make. They're dumb mistakes, easily avoidable. If you know these mistakes, you can avoid the mistakes by setting up the systems that you need to make sure that you avoid them. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for coming to the show. So I got some big things planned in the future. First of all, we are going to be doing a series, hopefully starting Tuesday. I'm going to be doing some filming where I'm going to actually teach one of my guys how to use the cube sheet and how to do estimates using the cube sheet. And then Wednesday, I'm going to go out do an estimate, which I'm also going to film, and hopefully I can have a series of small, very snippet videos I can show you guys on how to do an estimate, and I'm going to be putting that together into like a little course. I don't know if I'm going to give it away for free yet or if I'm going to charge, but I'm going to be doing that very shortly because I know a lot of you guys are clamoring. How do we do estimates? How do we estimate a house of this size? I get messages all the time about how to do estimates. So I'm going to tell you how to do estimates. I'm going to show you. I'm going to create a course that's going to show you how to do estimates. Okay, guys, that's very exciting. So that's one thing I just wanted to let you know. Also, guys, and don't forget, Monday through Friday on my Facebook, I go live Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. I'm live, and we have Marketing Monday where I go over different marketing tactics. Taco Tuesday, Weird Wednesday, Thursday, and Freestyle Friday. All great shows, not necessarily moving company related, but definitely business related. So you might get some good things. So catch me there, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on my Facebook page. Thank you guys very much. I'll talk to you again later, and you guys have enjoy. All right, bye-bye.